Hello again. This is my video for A&P John Updike. Okay, I guess I'll start with Mr. Langle. The first item that I chose for him was bread, and I chose bread because I feel like it to me, it just kind of made sense for Mr. Langle because it's just kind of like a basic necessity. It's just kind of a simple, basic thing, and I feel like Mr. Langle is kind of like he's just like a simple man. The second food I picked was oats because I think oats by themselves are kind of bland and boring. So I feel like Mr. Langle's kind of, bland and boring. And the last thing that I chose was coconut. And I chose coconut because coconut is hard to get into, like initially to get through the shell, and it's also hard to chew. So I thought, Mr. Langle seems like he's kind of rough around the edges. We didn't get a chance to get to know him and see if, he's softer on the inside, but it seems like he's more of like a rough and tough personality, kind of reminded me of a coconut. And so the three items that I have for Sammy, the first one I chose was gin. And I chose gin because in the story he made the comment about how he thinks Queenie and her friends would drink the drink that is clear like water with an olive in it, which I thought would be a martini. So I chose gin to make martinis. The second one I chose was cheese. And I thought cheese because depending on the kind of cheese, I guess, that you buy, but I was thinking of more of like an expensive or like a fancier cheese. Cheese is seen as more like upscale, and Sammy wants to live more of an, not a cashier's lifestyle. So I feel like, fancy cheese. And the last item that I chose was either steak or like fish, like an expensive kind of meat, just because I feel like, steak is more expensive in it, or like, a lobster or something. It's seen as more of like a higher, like you can eat that more if you're wealthier, or, whatever. It's kind of seen as like an upscale type of meal or meat. So that's why I chose that, just to go kind of along with how Sammy wants to live more higher class, I guess, lifestyle. So yeah, I think that's it for my grocery store items for A&P. See ya.